Now you got so many Guinness records in your name.
Only 16.
Only 16.
So
How much impact does it have on you after maybe while you're practicing for the event and after the event?
So
Physically,
I've been
mentally,
talking
emotionally.
about this on all my podcasts now.
We need to have people knowing about the Indian Army and at least joining the Indian Army for at least 2 years for their own well-being.
Yes,
If so, put it short, you have to be selfish. You need to love yourself. Be a part of the Indian Army. See what it is to learn to be an army officer.
बहुत सिंपल है.
You won't continue.
फायदे का सौदा है.
फायदे का सौदा है. Right way to put it. Right
Yeah,
way to put it.
yeah.
Second, we need to stop parallel parents to stop feeding the kids sugar.
Please do that. Kids are not into sports. Kids are not into activities.
And tell parents start following a routine that your kids may follow you than you being strict and shouting at them, which will make no sense whatsoever.
Lead by an example.
Lead by an example.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I ask you to attempt one act that will showcase your strength, what would it be? Could be cracking a nut between your palms, or crushing a can, or if you use all the energy and strength you have to bend an iron rod. Let me tell you that right here on the podcast, I have a guest who holds 16 Guinness World Records, of which he has bent maximum iron rods with his head. And let me tell you one thing, one of his latest Guinness World Record, which impressed me and a lot of people around the world, was the mighty Hercules hold. Yes, he got a Guinness record for that in the month of November 2024. So without me wasting time, let's go ahead and meet my guest right here on the Andropique mic testing. His name is Vispy Kharadi, a very known face and a prominent face in the Indian fitness and martial art industry. So the wasting time, let's welcome Mr. Vispy Kharadi right here on the Andropique mic testing.
And thank you. In fact, I wanted to be with you for a very long time.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. So, Mr. Kharadi, let me start off by congratulating you on your recent Guinness record.
Thank you.
Truly inspiring for, I will say, for Indian strongmen and powerlifters.
Yeah. Which I don't belong to. The fraternity I don't belong to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But an inspiration for all of them, because in India, apparently, a lot of athletes try to do it. Like, I'll just give you an example. I was a part of an event, of a strongman event, where they had to lift a dumbbell. Okay.
One hand.
One
Yeah,
hand. And maybe the maximum dumbbell that we get in gyms around 30, 35 kilos, not more than that.
Right.
Because when it comes to fitness gyms, they think, why do you need to lift heavy? You're coming for fitness.
True.
So I had a friend of mine from Punjab who made a small special dumbbell where you could rack plates inside
Right.
and have that one hand dumbbell lift. So it's very difficult to see how people in India take strongmen and they try different methods in, trying to achieve the best so that they can go internationally.
True. So my message was very clear. I just wanted to portray that if I can do it, there are a lot of Indian youth and athletes, those who are big, those are really strong. So if I can do it, they can definitely do it.
Right.
And I want Indian athletes to have records in strongman competitions now.
I think to be very honest, you've given a message to the Indians, to all the Indian athletes apparently, that yes, we Indians have the genetics,
Yes.
have the strength
100%.
to go on an international platform, not just perform, but succeed.
100%, because it's all here. So I always perform stunts. Of course, my physiology is there, but it's all from here.
Right.
And I think that approach has to be practiced by athletes now.
Right.
Beat any sport.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Now you've got so many Guinness records in your name.
Only 16.
Only 16. Out of the 16 Guinness records that you have, which has been the most challenging ever?
Frankly, they are all challenging. But if you ask me the favorite ones, one is the Hercules hold.
Right.
But for the first time, I challenged a Russian athlete for bending the iron rods with my neck.
Right.
I think, and that was my solo performance. So that was one of my favorites, and it was really tough. It injured me that time also. Then again, iron rod bending with head. And Hercules hold, of course. So
How much impact does it have on you after, maybe while you're practicing for the event and after the event?
So
Physically,
I've been
mentally,
talking
emotionally?
about this on all my podcasts now. So after Hercules hold, I did it in November,
Right, 2024.
11th November, and my left forearm is still injured.
What are you
I
saying?
can't do hammer curls, I can't do reverse curls. So
Wow.
something like that. So it, there is a toll on your body. There are injuries, but not always. I do take care about it and try and practice likewise. But during the stunt, anything can happen. You need to be ready for it.
Right. So the event that you did, the Hercules Hold, is a strongman event where I have
Yes.
seen strong men who, where their diets are different. You look at them and they look like strong men because they're 6, 7 feet tall,
Humongous.
huge. Like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, they are insane. And if you stand, I'm sure I'm not trying to say anything, but if you stand in front of them, you look actually very small in front of them.
So fortunately, and count myself as very lucky to have been with Hafthor for 3-4 days in
No.
Italy. So he's a giant
He
actually.
is. He is.
So right now he's around 200 kgs. Just imagine a 200 kg guy, 6'9", and not fat.
Right.
Just imagine.
It'll be difficult. He's actually like a giant. He's
Yeah,
actually like
he
a
is a
giant.
giant. He is a giant. So they are huge people. They are absolutely powerful people, superhumans.
Right.
We've seen cartoons from our childhood days, He-Man, all that stuff, but they are actually those
If
characters.
you actually see them work out, you see their diet, you see the food they eat. My
Can't match.
God, what they eat, I think in one meal is what we have the entire day. I think वो भी पूरा नहीं होगा.
So in fact, that was the moment where I connected with Hafthor in Italy because in a studio there was a Guinness World Record show, and we were just next to our cubicles were next to each other.
Right.
So जैसे मुझे एक फूड पैकेट दिया, उनको भी वैसे ही एक फूड पैकेट दे दिया. अभी just imagine. And he started shouting. He was angry. And that's how we connected. So
They made the giant angry there.
yeah, so that's उसके बाद दोस्ती हुई, बात हुई. He was absolutely a gentle person. He shared many things actually, which at least normally don't share. जो मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी. They don't hide anything. They don't hide anything. So how they practice, what are the rest periods, everything. But of
Right.
course, it's not for me. I'm into a different sport altogether. I'm not a strongman. I don't look like a strongman at all.
Since you're into martial arts,
Yes.
how come you got into competing in such a sport?
So any martial art form, there is a lot to do with your grip strength.
Right.
So I was in judo. So judo is all about gripping.
Huh.
In kudo, the sport which we promote right now,
Right.
it's all about gripping and punching. And I was also into arm wrestling.
Oh.
So I did a lot of rope climbing stuff in my early days. So that gave me a huge confidence on my grip strength.
Right.
So when I saw Kelvin do this Hercules hold stunt, when he broke Mark Felix's record in Italy, it kind of gave me a kick that I
Even
can
I
do
can
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now when we talk on fitness, especially aesthetic fitness, now aesthetic fitness, I will not only call for bodybuilders. Aesthetic fitness is even for models, for actors,
Yeah.
for cricketers, any sportsman. Aesthetic fitness is a very important role.
Yeah.
When we see Mr. Padukone or when we see Premchand Digra, even though they were very fit, they were very focused into their game, and that's about it.
True.
Today we see a lot of sportsmen. Yes, they're very good in the game, but you can also see them in ads, you see them in movies, you see them in music videos. And if by chance, like talking on Mr. Salman Khan, who came in with that amazing physique in Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya,
Yeah.
and everybody started following him. Today, people are trolling him because of his physique. Where there's a recent video of him dancing on stage, and you can see his belly, and people are making fun of it. What is your take on having the right aesthetics, just for just to maintain yourself, just to be there?
See, there are different choices people make. Now, if you talk about aesthetics, a real lean body, like Milind Soman or Arjun Rampal, they had really good physique. No? If you talk about aesthetics, there are this fitness athletes in bodybuilding. They have really good aesthetics, symmetrical. Then there are bodybuilders. The only problem here is people are not satisfied with whatever they have as genetics. They need to understand the genetics. I can't be like a strongman. I can't be like a huge bodybuilder. I know my genetics and I respect that. So I know how to play around with my own genetics. That's it. Everybody should understand their own genetics and their role which they want to go ahead. If they want to be a model, their body needs to be trained and it should look likewise. Now, a model cannot train like a bodybuilder.
Right.
A model doesn't need to take juices and be a bodybuilder just to come on TV ads or stages.
But that apparently is a demand in nowadays in today's world, where if you are aesthetically good,
Yeah,
you're in the game. If you like, as I just gave an example of Salman Khan,
yeah.
being the biggest Bollywood star in the country, he's a little out of shape. People are trolling him like crazy. Why?
One thing which I don't like in fitness industry or bodybuilding industry, there is a lack of respect. So there is one line which I always mention it to my students. Never forget where you come from. So we should always remember what Salman sir did in his early days. He changed what fitness or bodybuilding should be in India. Everybody looked up to him. Everybody started training because of him.
Absolutely.
Now you can't troll him.
You can't. You shouldn't.
You
Apparently.
should respect that person. You should respect at this age he's dancing. No, just look at what the qualities have rather than the abs he have. Oh, this is not right.
It is absolutely. He's the one who introduced, getting good physique.
Yeah.
Because before Salman Khan and Sanjay Dutt, actors used to come, do their job as actors, and leave it.
Yes.
Salman Khan,
They
Sanjay Dutt
changed it.
introduced. You need to have good aesthetics.
You changed.
And
They
we
all
followed
changed it.
Obviously, with age, things turn.
Of course. Age, we all know what tensions he's gone through. No, people won't even survive.
Right.
Forget about maintaining good physique. And he's still doing it.
He's still doing it.
He has that charm. So I've been, so our one of our companies, which Mehul Vora sir owns it, we do event safety for big events of the country. And one is Filmfare Awards. Now we don't do it, but earlier we used to. And I always used to be on the red carpet, managing things. Keeping aside all the actresses, when Salman sir comes, his aura is different, completely different. I just don't understand why, but it's completely different. So people should always look at the qualities rather than just pulling legs. No.
It really feels bad. He's done a lot for the industry.
And the problem is the people who are pointing out at his belly or whatever, or whether he is not dancing well or whether he's dancing well, what are they doing in life?
You have, I think, thousands and thousands and thousands of people on their phone just waiting to criticize someone else, but do not look at themselves.
Yeah. And that's why I'm mentioning it here again. If these people would have trained at least 2 years in army, this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. They will start appreciating life and people around. Why pull anybody's leg? Just appreciate whatever qualities he or she has, rather than just talking about the bad things. That's life. His stomach has to come out. That's life. No.
And no one will die at an old age with six pack and a ripped body.
Yeah. So the problem is people only see right now chiseled bodies on screen, and that's why they start comparing with Salman Sir now.
Because that is what that is. So that's a primary thing, that if you want to get into the industry, you have to be aesthetically very good.
Yeah.
So that is the first criteria.
I agree. But then aesthetically they can be very good, but lean bodies. No, they don't need to have a shredded physique, which unfortunately many of this young youth is falling a prey into it. Just to go to auditions, they train for 3-4 months with inducing a lot of juices. They come shredded, and their face shows it off. They don't have the charm.
Right.
You're gone.
Right.
So people who want to be on screen, I think it's all here. It's not on the physique.
Right.
People need to understand it.
So what about sportsmen? Like when, as I said, Mr. Premchand Dhingra, Mr. Padukone, who are athletes who focused on their game.
Absolutely.
I had never seen Mr. Premchand Dhingra on any hoarding, on any ad, on any movie, on any any video, any music video. Now we're getting to see a lot of athletes on music videos. You're getting to see them on TV, in movies, and ads, and hoardings everywhere. Is it like a benefit for the sport?
So I think it's an advantage, but then we need to respect it. We need to respect it. That doesn't mean if there is a ad offering to me, I will not get steroids induced into me and get ripped and come for that ad. No, they have called me. I think the casting directors, if they are at all cast me, they have seen my physique right now, and that is what they want.
Right.
I don't need to change it. If people want to change their physique, that's bad. They need to understand and respect and love their own bodies. Train hard, eat well, sleep well. I think that's enough.
Right. Okay, so Mr. Kharadi, getting a little back into your training, we've spoken a little about muscle to mind connection.
Yeah.
Can we talk in detail of what exactly it is? How will you define it literally?
You asking me per se the bodybuilding
No.
topic or the martial arts? Or
Martial
stance?
arts. In thought, like when you competed recently for your Guinness record,
Yeah.
obviously there has to be muscle mind connection.
Absolutely. It's
How do you define it? How do you talk about it in literally? How do you define it?
so all stunts have different parameters. So if there is a lot of weight bearing thing with nails and stuff on my chest and back, your complete body goes into a shock. In that particular state, you need to have a very good mental frame because pain has to be there.
Correct.
Even before slipping on that nail, for the last 5 seconds, you start feeling that pain before even slipping on the nails. Something like that. So, and after slipping on the nails, for the first 10 seconds, there is a lot of pain. And then weight comes.
So you get a bed over, then you get another human, and then you get another bed.
Yes,
So you
yes.
have a lot of, I think, 11.
No. So on top of me, there are 9 other people,
Right.
my other teammates. I'm on the bottom also.
Right.
With me, that's 10 layers. So there's a lot of pain involved in all these things. And if you want to surpass that pain thing, then there has to be only one thing, which is a meditative state of mind. You need to meditate. Of course, your body, you've already worked on your body. You've already trained your body. You've already trained your skin conditioning accordingly. But then your mental frame is not there. You can't bear that pain. You're gone. You need to be in a meditative state of mind. That's very, very important.
So when you were doing the act, did you ever feel after maybe the third person or the fourth teammate of yours joined and you say, no, I can't do it. I want to stop. Or is it something that you started convincing yourself, no, I can do it. Just another 2 more guys,
Yeah.
another 1 more guy.
Yeah.
Have to hold it for a few seconds or a minute. Just stay there. Is that
Very
you
important.
playing your mind telling
It's
you?
always the mental frame every one of us goes through.
Right.
Even the topmost person needs to have that positive mind frame. Even he gets that pain. Of course, the bottom 4 or 5 layers, we are compressed completely because of the weight also. So after a certain point of time, you don't feel that nail pains, but your complete body gets compressed with weight. That's very painful, and that's where normally people give up because you can't breathe.
Right.
And we can't hold on to our breaths for a very long time. You need to, you know, keep breathing at the same time, keep your complete posture tight at the same time, which is a difficult task. And that's what we practice. And that's what we, if people want to be champion, they need to train hard.
Right.
And if you talk about my other stunts like Hercules whole stunt, there is a lot of muscle mind connection. Because normally, if you see the strongmen, you know you are a strongman, you competed with strongmen, you know about them. They all do this. So I'm again revealing my secrets. So they all do this Hercules hold stand with their forearms. They focus only on the forearms. I did it because I know I'm not that big. I'm not that strong as Mark Felix or these big giants. So I kind of squeezed it with my scapulas. Of course, my grip was there. I was confident about my grip. But you can't hold on to those weights with just forearms. So I did it with my scapulas, completely, squeezed it off to the maximum seconds which I can, and then my forearms came into action.
At the last moment.
Yes.
Last few seconds.
Yes. Yes. So that's what the game is about. You need to have that muscle mind connection. Otherwise, you can't.
You can't do it.
No. Otherwise, your
I think
shoulders.
in any
think you'll pull off your shoulders.
You need to train also very well. You need to have the right guru who will train you exactly how to work with it, how to play with it.
Yeah. So I did lot of one hand hold on bars and on ropes. So that's what my training was all about, and that's how you start connecting with your muscles.
Right.
Each and everything: your shoulders, your dales, your legs, your scapulas, your forearms, your wrist, everything.
Right. So when talking on muscles, I've heard you talk a lot about muscle density. How does a person achieve muscle density?
That's typically for bodybuilders, and see, a dense muscle can only be achieved with, again, that magical word, which is discipline. You keep on training that muscle consistently over and over with good food, with good rest modes. You start developing a dense muscle. And that's why that muscle is seen visually, because you don't have fat covering them. And it's very simple thing ideally, but everybody needs to understand that um, I can't have a bicep like Kygren. Something like I need to respect my body, I need to respect his body, and I need to understand my limitations also.
Correct.
But if I try to be like him, it's foolishness. It's foolishness. So that's what the idea is. I can have my kind of dense muscles.
Right.
You can have your kind of dense muscles with your kind of training, with whatever goal you have. So
it all depends on genetics as well.
Yes, it's all about it. So that's what I mentioned. I can't be like Kaigan or big bodybuilders. I can't be like Hafthor or Eddie Hall.
Right.
So, and my sport is different. If I start training my muscles very densely with reducing my fat percentage to 5-6%, it will hamper my martial arts training. So if you want to train with like a strongman or power lifter, you need to have fat around you also. You can't be lean. Something like that. So everybody needs to understand their own goals and train accordingly. But everything has to be consistent.
Right. Now, if we just go ahead talking on, in the initial phase when we spoke about, people should join the Indian Army.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
Magical word. Discipline. So army trains you a lot. So most importantly, why I mention this is because I want a youth to get connected with our country, which I see there is a lack. The patriotic feeling is missing. That patriotic feeling is only seen, which you mentioned, on 15th August or 26th January, or else during cricket World Cups.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not there. So that's not right. We should respect the land we belong to, and that's the reason why we are here. You can't just take it for granted. That patriotic feeling needs to be there. So I'm very thankful to whatever this Pakistan did A lot of so as Indians, we've come together right now.
Yes. Yeah,
No?
we've united together.
Yeah. So I don't wish that something of this sort should happen regularly, but somewhere or the other, so if you have a positive mindset, everything happens for good. So yes, we have come together and united together now. Our feelings are together. At least we are talking about our country, everybody. And if everyone trains with armed forces or Indian forces at least for 2 years in their lifetime, they'll get disciplined, they'll get patriotic, they'll become patriotic, they become more sensitive towards people around them, like morality. We don't have, there is a lack of morality in Indian culture, like right from littering to giving, uh, passages or free passages to women first, or pedestrians first, or just if you open a door and walk out, you hold on to that door if somebody is passing by. Hold on to that door. You just
Don't close it on their face.
yeah, don't do it. That's all morality that Indian forces teaches you. The dining etiquettes, everything.
Right.
Very important. All these disciplines are important.
And you get to learn that with the being with the Indian Army.
Yes. Yes. So see, बहुत सिंपल है. नुकसान कुछ नहीं है, फायदा ही है.
फायदा ही है फायदा.
So why not?
And when it's always good when, just not by saying you're an Indian, but doing something for your country matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you said, there are a lot of people who messaged on the comment that if you need me, I'm ready to be a part of the Army or Navy or Air Force. Yeah, it shows the enthusiasm of people want to do something for their country, but you have to go through a training that makes you capable of standing on, because not everybody can stand on the border.
So probably there are a lot of people, those who have missed the bus. In their heydays, there was no guidance, something like that. So I think there has to be a moment where we start this training right from school days or college days. If everybody trains, they understand if they want to join the army, join the army. If they don't want to join, it's okay. So right now, lot of these big corporates, they hire retired army officials. Why?
Right.
Army personnel. Why?
Right.
Because they are very good administrative persons. They are very good disciplined persons. They can
Yeah,
change
a lot of places apparently.
Yeah. So why is that so?
Well disciplined,
Exactly.
very disciplined, very focused.
Yeah, and they have good administrative skills.
Right.
They handle people. They have people management skills.
Right.
So just imagine if everybody starts training into armed forces.
India will be a different country altogether.
Exactly. That is what I want. Why Japan is different?
Right.
Because of compulsory armed forces training.
Yeah, if I go to any company today, there will be at least one person from their team who
Yeah.
is for a retired
Yes.
army officer, Indian army
Yes.
officer.
It's not to show respect to Indian Army.
No.
It's for their own benefit, actually.
Absolutely. It's showing how well, even if it's in the corporate, it shows how well that gentleman is doing in the corporate.
Yes.
Even though he's retired from the Indian army,
Yes.
he's very successful.
Yes.
He's respected. And he knows what he's and he's good at his job.
Yes. Loyalty, the spirit for whatever they are doing is very high. All these things, all these are good qualities which army training will help you develop.
Right. So we're not come to the end of the podcast, but in conversation, we need to have people knowing about the Indian Army and at least joining the Indian Army for at least 2 years for their own well-being.
Yes.
If so, put it short, you have to be selfish. You need to love yourself. Be a part of the Indian Army. See what it is to learn to be an army officer.
बहुत सिंपल है.
You won't
फायदे का सौदा है.
फायदे का सौदा है. Right way to put it. Right way to put it.
Yeah.
Second, we need to stop parallel parents to stop feeding the kids sugar.
Please do that.
And tell parents start following a routine that your kids may follow you than you being strict and shouting at them, which will make no sense whatsoever.
Lead by an example.
Lead by example.
Yeah.
So let's say I hope parents watch it and they really understand the importance of their life and the life of their kids.
Yeah.
Recently, I had spoken to this doctor who had come on the podcast in the initial days, Dr. Luke. He had come from the US and he's got 4 kids. And he told me, he said, Gavin, till today, none of my kids have tasted sugar. None of my kids. We live a very simple life. They have no idea what sugar actually is or even it does exist.
Now, if you go to a Indian household and ask them or tell them this, that Dr. Luke mentioned this, they'll say pagal hai.
Huh.
Now, so uh, I think through your podcast, I would like to mention this very clearly. Now, there are a lot of fathers and mothers, those who don't want to give sugars to their kid, but there are
Right.
grandparents.
Right.
So, at the back of fathers and mothers, they give sugars to their grandchildren. They should also understand that whatever they did in their days, it's not right as of now. They need to change it.
No, even as of now, even with the food that we're getting, everything is adulterated. We're not getting anything. Even if you say you want to have
And a
vegetables,
sedentary lifestyle. Kids are not into sports, kids are not into activities. So, please, I would plead all the grandparents also to get disciplined. I'm not mentioning that please you also stop sugar and all. You can enjoy your life wherever you are, what age you are, but please don't give
kids.
those things to kids as of now.
Absolutely shouldn't
Yeah.
be. Shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I hope you're really enjoying the podcast and the conversation that I'm having with the guest. If you have any comments or any queries, or you would like me to invite any other guests to the podcast, please do put it in the comments, or you can DM me. This is my handle right here below. And yes, this podcast is brought to you by Andropique. Andropique is India's number one all natural testosterone booster. So this is what exactly Andropique is. So it's a testosterone booster meant for every man above the age of 30. If you feel lethargic, if you're tired during the day, you're not getting good sleep, you're not able to perform well in the gym, you have one solution. That's Andropic. So make sure you just take in one capsule of Andropic at night, just before bed, and you will see magic happening from the very first capsule. Go ahead and continue watching the podcast. I'm sure you will love it till the very end. Thank you all and take care. Okay, so Mr. Kharadi, everybody is busy working, maybe a 9 to 5 job, or maybe with their business. You apparently had we have done an MBA as well, but you left your career to pursue your passion.
Yeah.
And any message of people who want to do that, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who have that passion कि मुझे ये करना है, लेकिन if I want to do this, नौकरी कौन करेगा, पैसे कहाँ से आएगा, because money plays a very pivotal role in today's life. So what is your message to people like that who want to leave their jobs and take the passion ahead?
I understand. So, main thing is if you're passionate, which means you are dedicated to that particular sport or whatever you want to do, that art. And if you do it with dedication, I think money will follow. You don't need to think about it because you're honest towards it. As far as the jobs or whatever you're doing which you're not liking, somewhere there will be dishonesty to that particular work. And that keeps you in tension, that pulls you down towards succeeding to the topmost point. That's not the right thing. Rather, switch it off. Follow your passion, do it with discipline, dedication, and you'll be successful. It's very simple. So, uh, there were two, three reasons why I did this. So, with my jobs, I was always into sports, I was always into martial arts. I always trained myself each and every single day. I trained people with my jobs. I trained police forces with my jobs. I took women self defense trainings with my jobs. So I was always into it. But, and I always wanted to do something more into this. And because of my job, I couldn't do it. The other thing is, my kids were growing. And I couldn't spend time with them because of my jobs. That was hurting me actually. That was another reason. So, my first point was if I start my martial arts and fitness career, my boys will be with me.
Right.
They'll be training with me. I'll be spending more time with them, something like that. And that gave me a green signal. So, So I think with dedication, with a religious approach towards whatever you want to do, I think things will compile together, come together, and I think it will give you a very good life.
If you know that you're going to succeed in something, that as this saying, if you make your passion your profession, it
Yeah.
feels you not worked a day in life. You really enjoy what you do.
Exactly. So that's the point. So I don't know if I'm successful yet. And whoever wants to switch their jobs or businesses and follow their passions, they will never know whether they will be successful or not. But the main point is they need to be happy about it.
Hmm.
So they should sleep well, and there has to be a plan what they want to do the next day. That's very important. In jobs, no one knows what to do the next day.
Hmm.
You know, things can change.
Last moment.
Yeah, in corporates. Yeah. So at least when you are doing your own thing, you know what to do the next day,
Right.
and you're happy about it. That's more important.
Right. So do something that makes you happy and be consistent at it.
Exactly. So in fitness industry, especially bodybuilding, we talk a lot about consistency and discipline.
Consistency.
But it's a superb word actually. I think if you imbibe in your lifestyle, it'll give you results.
You know, since you just spoke of the word consistency, the first thing that came into my mind is the king, Ronnie Coleman. I recently saw a video of him where he got up at 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
just to have his meal and go back to sleep.
Yes.
Why? So I've had a lot of bodybuilders on the podcast, and they told me one thing: if you want to be a bodybuilder, you need to know that you can eat a lot. It's very as simple as that. You
Yeah.
need to know. Okay, that builds in consistency. You have to keep eating. You can't say, "अरे मेरा पेट भर गया." फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Your body needs the food. You have to eat,
Yeah.
and that's how it is.
And that's why bodybuilding is very difficult. I can never do it. So, in fact, apart from Ronnie Coleman, one person whom I admired a lot, the person, the photo is here, Kaizat sir. He also mentioned the same thing many times about consistency and discipline. I think, and people listen to him.
Oh my, Kaizat sir was someone who was a very big celebrity when it came
Yeah.
to fitness. People worshipped Kaizat sir.
He
We
turned
still-
around.
No, to be very honest, I still consider Kaizat sir is somewhere within us because
Yeah.
whatever he taught us is in our minds.
Yeah.
And he lives within us. For all the K11 students and
Absolutely
faculty.
passionate person. When he talks, that passion comes out.
So again, coming to the same topic, if you make your passion your profession, you enjoy it.
Yes.
And people enjoy it too as well.
Yes.
So did you get a now since you spoke on Kaizad sir, did you get a chance to meet Kaizad sir?
Yeah, yeah. We've met many times, we've spoken many times. So we are lucky to be associated with him in many ways. My senior, Mehul Bora sir, he was very close to him. So there were many actor actresses who approached Kaizad sir for fitness training and martial arts training for their movies. So he always passed on those actor actresses to Mehul sir and us for the martial arts training and all. So that's how we were associated.
Oh, pretty amazing. So from this note, I take in one point is uh, my question to you that was you have to be consistent no matter what it is and just stick to it.
Hands down.
Yes. Okay. Now you're an athlete. You're an athlete of you specialize in martial arts. How have you evolved as an athlete? I'm talking about your mental strength and your connection and your physical strength.
I think it is just improving day by day. That's what I see.
But how do you work on it? It's
So
over
there
the years, over the
cannot
ages.
be a master in martial arts, or nobody can master the martial art form because it's an endless process. You need to keep on learning. It's a deep subject. But right from my early childhood days, when I started training into different forms of martial arts, uh, so one example is my Hercules hold stunt.
Right.
That mindset to even hold on to those heavy pillars can only come with martial arts training. Why? Because we cross a line and cross our pain barriers in martial arts.
Right. Right.
And I was ready for it. That whatever pain my body will go through it, I will never leave my grip. That was there in my mind. So if you see all my stunts, there is some other pain bearing
Right.
stunt involved. So almost all are there, but that pain bearing capacity has increased a lot because of martial arts training. Because there is a lot of conditioning happening in martial arts training, mentally and physically. And I think our generation, the kids right now, need to learn this. I feel there is a very simple thing which I believe. You train so hard that nothing in life becomes hard for you.
No.
It's as simple as that.
So, when you say every kid should learn martial arts,
Yeah.
since you are a part of the Fit India campaign, which is
Yeah.
introduced by RPA Modi ji in
Yes.
2019, uh, why doesn't become compulsory in schools where martial arts doesn't come as an alternative key? You can do this activity after school is over, where there's a trainer that will come and train you.
True.
And so it doesn't become as a compulsory subject, it becomes as an alternate. Ki parents who are interested can send their kids.
Yeah.
And
So what's the problem is, in fact, my senior uh, Akshay sir, Akshay Kumar sir, we all know him, and I think he's trying his best to put this thing up with Modi ji to bring or involve martial arts as a compulsory subject into schools. He's trying his best. Mehul sir is trying his best to do that. But the problem with our schooling system is way different. It can happen, but it will take a lot of time because of the backlogs. Right now, parents, if you see or just experience the parenting process, parents want to have their kids into all other sports, all other arts. They also want them to be scholars. How is that possible?
it can't be possible.
So that is the problem. After school hours, many schools are offering martial arts training, but that's optional. And I always mention this in all my speeches to the parents, especially. Please don't compare martial arts and swimming with other activities or sports. They are very good sports, they are very good activities, but they are not the life saving activities. These two are the life saving ones.
Right.
And it has to be taught compulsorily.
Right.
I'm not talking about career building prospects or something like that. Just no, a kid training into martial arts for 5 6 years, I think the life will change.
Then best time to send kids for martial arts, I think, when they're in.
Earlier the better. Earlier the better. You see, so we have n number of examples. Kids who have excelled in martial arts, they are very good bodybuilders, they are very good athletes, they are very good dancers, something like that. Because their body can take on anything and they are ready for anything.
Right. Because I think when for the initial years of you training into martial arts, you gain strength, you gain flexibility, you gain confidence, you have a stronger mind.
Yes,
You
and
can do
most
any
importantly, with martial arts, one main thing is there, which we just discussed, that's discipline.
discipline.
That respect with seniors, that respect with your colleagues, everything. You see, all of the sports, there is no respect. The players don't respect the coaches, the players don't respect each other, the players don't respect the opposite teams. That's not right. That's not, I don't want to name the sports here, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's not right. That respect and all that stuff comes with discipline. And that's imbibed in you if you train with any martial art from a good martial art school. That's important.
Right. So parents, shout out to parents for sending kids to school. If there is no martial arts in school, you can send them to a private class, but make sure that they go every day or every alternate day at least.
Yeah.
So that there is activity of martial arts in their day-to-day lives. That's going to help them build their future.
And I've said it n number of times, especially for girls, it has to be a compulsive thing.
Yeah.
And we know why.
Right.
No, at least they start reacting on stage. At least they know how to walk on roads. At least they know how their posture should be on the roads when they are walking alone or with friends, something like that. Everything will change. So
Correct.
that's important.
I hope Modi ji takes his initiative and makes it happen for the people of India, for the kids of India,
Yeah.
for impact the future of India.
Yes. And that's what even I am targeting. So we talk a lot about that the youth is our actual asset. But just mentioning that they are the asset won't help. We need to work on it.
Correct. If you ask a youth today, ki, after you finish graduating, what do you want to do? Most of them will say, I want to be a YouTuber or a gamer.
And
that's
go abroad.
उसके बाद क्या?
Yeah. So they can be good YouTubers, no problem. No problem. But the problem is they are not fit. They are not right on a good track. They have their own bad habits. That's the problem.
Right. Okay, so Mr. Kharadi, since you're a part of the Fit India campaign and talking on the lifestyle of people that we have today, who a common man, Aam Aadmi, who works 9 hours a day, who occasionally has a peg, who smokes, and if he wants to get into a particular lifestyle, and if you had the thing to design a schedule for him, how would it be? So I'm talking about a middle-aged man around 40,
I understand.
45.
Yeah. I got it. Why does a normal or a common man need to have a bag? Why does a common man need to smoke? I just don't understand. So if there is a kid or a person who is a drug addict and we need to send him to a rehab center, will the rehab center give that person an option that leave drug and start smoking? Will they give option?
No.
Why? That's also not good for the health. So why does a common person need to have a pack? Just don't understand. Why smoke? Why have tobaccos in their mouth? I just don't understand. We are a business community as Indians. We always do and deal things which profit us. But what about the losses or the disadvantages you give to your body? They all know that this is not good for the body. Still they do it. I just don't understand why. Forget about what is good for eating or what is not good for eating. I'm just talking about all these bad habits. Just stop it. You'll be on a very good track. Leave drinking, leave smoking, reduce your sugar intake. And I think our problems will be solved. Nothing more to do. Even if they don't have, the adequate quantity of protein required for the body, they'll be on a good track if they leave all these things. I'll just share something. Kezat sir, sorry, Talwarkar sir, Madhukar Talwarkar sir, recently in an event, what he said? He said, India will change if we see more gyms than bars around us. Very true. Very
And that is
true.
actually the fact of the situation.
Yeah.
If I go on the street outside, I will at least see 3 wine shops and 1 gym, or
Yeah.
maybe no gym.
Yeah. So I travel a lot, and everywhere I go, I make a point that I need to go to a gym, and you don't find good gyms. That's the problem. There are gyms, small gyms, but with very bad equipments or bad hygiene levels or no trainers. That's the problem. So Madhukar sir is absolutely correct. There has to be more gyms than the bars. Till that happens, things won't change. Yeah. The problem with this is it's okay. I don't. So I'm not trying to pull down the bar industry or something like that. But then our youth, rather going to gym, they are going to bars. They are going to the wrong pockets where they can have smokes. Why? That's the problem. So now talking on kids for the future of the country. Yeah. When I was a kid, I'm just sharing this. When I was a kid, after a meal, my parents used to give me a fruit as a dessert. Yeah. Like a slice of apple or a slice of mango, or a few grapes in a bowl. And as a kid, I was pretty happy. Yeah. But today's kids all want is junk. If you ask them what snack do you want, they will say, I want a burger or I want pizzas.
and they survive on that, and parents give it to them. Right. So if your base is going to be filled with sugar or with carbohydrates that the body does not need excess, and you see a lot of kids who are fat, extremely fat these days. What is your take on parenting on
So
this?
parents don't only give them, the kids have the access to buy it online straight away. They don't even need to take permission from the parents now. Majority of the kids. So that's what I always mention in all my speeches. We are like, हम बोलते हैं ना कि पढ़े लिखे अनपढ़, literate but uneducated. So we have adequate knowledge about what to eat, what not to eat. Still, the worst case is parents give those wrong foods to their own kids. Now, nothing can be more worse than this. I just fail to understand why are parents doing this. They are still offering sodas. If they go out to any restaurant, first thing they order is offer call for a aerated drink. I just don't understand why. Is there a need to even drink it? Is there even need to have those breads? Why can't they have good food in restaurants also? You can select what is right and eat it. The problem is they are in a loop of eating more carbs. Their brains are asking for it and they are getting into that loop. And that's why we always mention in all our fitness industries, we all know that sugars are more addictive than drugs.
Right.
And all these things are sugars. Still, lot of educated parents still believe and they have a shallow knowledge that sugars means sweet. And there are a lot of educators. I never talk about I never say influencers, I always say educators. And they talk a lot about what actually sugars are, not only sweet, the breads, the wrong things, wrong eateries. Still, the parents, those who are educated, they only seem to have that shallow knowledge that sugars are sweet. Now they can scroll all day on the Instagrams, and even on Instagrams, even on YouTubes, there are a lot of good content. Why can't they see them?
So kids were actually getting addicted to sugars at an
Yes.
early age, end up wanting more of it, and that becomes so. My question, why I ask this question to you is, if kids are going to be asking for sugar on daily basis and parents are going to be giving them in different forms of sugar, isn't that going to harm the future of the
It is
country?
already harming. You see the puberty rates right now.
Huh.
What age right now the kids fall into a puberty thing? And you talk about 15, 20 years ago, what was the age when puberty was actually striking them?
Huh.
It's getting worse. No, female kids, 10th standard, 9th standard, they are falling a prey to PCOS, PCOD at very early age. 12th standard, first year of college, they already have insulin resistance. I just have to understand, like, so it's we all know that all these things are just controlled by a proper lifestyle. It's a lifestyle disease. So why can't they change it?
I think as we spoke on adults who are difficult to leave alcohol and smoking because it's addictive. The more you try to stay out of it, the more you will want to consume it.
Yes,
Same go with kids. And if kids ask for something, and if as a parent you say no, you know what ruckus happens.
yes, yes. And that's why I always make a sugar is more addictive than drugs.
Okay, now for all the parents who are watching this podcast, and if you have a message to give the parents, so telling them that sugar is harmful for your kids, now you just can't cut out sugar all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There is a process to do it. How would
Yes.
you recommend it, Mr. Kharadi?
So there are many things. First and foremost, white sugars, you need to cut off them. You need to cut off the breads, the yeast. No need to eat them. You can eat good rice. It has, so even that converts into sugar, but that's fine. Your body can absorb it. There are so main thing is if you have good adequate amount of protein in all your meals, kids will have a good satiety level, and that will not induce them to eat more sugars. So I always mention in wherever I go, always start eating. Make a habit of offering the kids in all their meals. The first portion has to be salads, green salads. After they finish the salads, the second portion has to be their protein and fats. So depending on their vegetarian or non-vegetarian, they can offer different options. And the last option has to be carbohydrates if they need it.
So that's a strict not just for kids, apparently for everybody.
Everybody. So the main thing here is you spoke it right. The parents need to lead by an example. They tell kids not to eat and not to drink,
But they do
all
it.
the kids are not going to listen to them. You know. So how many times we know in our group, in our circles, parents party in one room and the kids are sent out in another room. The kids already know what is happening.
Absolutely.
And then the kids, if they ask for chips and cold drinks,
No.
you can't stop them. You can't deny them.
Because you're doing it.
Yeah. So there are a lot of, fathers smoking in bathrooms, smoking in toilets. When the kid come to know,
Oh, समझ में आता है. You think that your kid is dumb, won't understand, but he's apparently smarter than you.
Yes. And when the kid grows up, and if they want to have a cigarette, you can't say no to them.
You've done it. You're doing it apparently. So yeah.
So I think parents need to lead by an example. They need to change their lifestyle first, and then kids will automatically follow you. You need to explain the kids why and how whatever needs to be done. There has to be an explanation. You just can't say no and yes.
Right.
You need to explain things, and kids will understand. Kids are smarter, they know everything. So I go to many schools and take nutrition.
You interact with kids a lot, very often.
Yeah. So I go to schools and take nutrition lectures. I'm a pediatric nutrition also. So, and if I talk theoretically, they know everything. The kids know everything. They even know that what portion needs to be eaten first. They know everything, but they don't practice it. And who will make them practice it? Parents.
Again, the kids know everything. The parents may know everything, or maybe they're too lazy to follow it.
They are lazy. They are lazy. Uh, they are busy, but I think busy is not the right word. But they kind of claim that they are busy, and that's why the kids have liberty to eat and order anything or drink anything.
I think you know what. If you go buy a cigarette packet, at the behind, if you look at the packet, there is a photograph.
It's a scary picture.
And it says smoking is injurious to health.
Yeah.
Why can't something like that? See, why am I putting it? Because see, you're a part of a movement which is going to make India fit.
So
why can't you, on cold drinks, on things that are bad?
So let me quote it here. You know a very good educator on YouTube and Insta, Food Farmer.
Right.
So I think he has done a wonderful job. I think he has started a movement with Indian government about some I don't remember the exact word, but there is a sugar council needs to be developed in each and every school.
Right.
And all schools need to be very cautious about the sugar intake of each and every kid.
Correct.
I think this is a wonderful job. I think it's just come out today or I think yesterday only, and I think it should work.
It should definitely work.
Yeah. But again, this is happening in schools. But what about residences?
So parents should take life seriously.
Yeah.
Format, as you said, no, if the parents follow it, it will not take time for the kids to follow what the parents are doing, and
They will
that's
do
about it.
They will actually do it. You don't need to tell them. So I'm not boasting, but any of the strangers or relatives or friends, if they offer chocolates or something to my kids, they will never take it. They know.
And I'll just share an incident with you. Last Sunday was Mother's Day. Yeah. So a couple of friends came over for dinner and they brought a cake home. And my wife has a sweet tooth.
Okay.
But none of us are having sugar in the house.
Okay.
So I said, मजा आएगा अभी देखते क्या होता है.
Mm.
We cut the cake.
Mm.
My wife politely told them, we're actually not having sugar. We'll all share a small piece,
Yeah.
but please take the cake and go.
Okay. Good.
So I was stunned. I was like, wow. So I was happy. And my son, I went to him, I said, do you want a cake? No, I don't want.
Very good.
So we go out sometimes for a drive in the night. I said, do you want to have ice cream? No, I don't want. I don't like ice cream. He has understood what is good for him and what is bad for him.
So I think he must have tasted that result.
No, sir. So if you take him for any, say, let's learn karate. So first day he will cry, no, I don't want to go. Second day onwards, if I tell him I'm lazy, I don't want to go to the gym today. No, I've got my karate class, let's go.
Yeah.
So as you said, if they see you, they will follow you and they will make sure you also do it along with them.
That is the right parenting, actually. That is the right parenting everyone should follow. Everyone. I think our kids need to be trained well. I think our kids need to understand what health is. You know. So this is also I've spoken many times. Parents go to churches and temples and mosques and agyaris. But what about worshipping our own health, our body?
नहीं होता वो होता ही नहीं लोगों में.
क्यों?
I find it very difficult to understand and believe. I talk to people on daily basis and it's difficult to understand. If they say let's go out for dinner, you can see that all they want to have is chunk of carbs. They will order pizzas and they will order burgers and they will order pasta. And obviously there will be alcohol and stuff everywhere. But that's how when you say get together is. When has someone said, "Chal na aaj free है, चल आज gym जाते हैं, थोड़ा workout कर लेते हैं." You rarely get to hear that.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of health cafes, good health cafes, but they are not doing good businesses.
They will never do good business, and
Yeah.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, actually. So I think this needs to be changed. And see, it has to come from within. The main thing I just don't understand, all the wrong food eateries you're offering to your own kids. It can't be worse than this.
Like I'll tell you, Mr. Kharadi, and what I normally tell people is, I'm hungry. I want to go have a meal. If I go out the road, I will have maybe three tailors of snacks, Indian snacks. If I go have a vada pav, example, I'll be paying 20 rupees for a vada pav and it'll fill me, it's tasty, it's delicious. Amazing. To the other side, if I have a vendor selling salad, maybe a chicken salad or a veg salad, that a bowl of salad will cost me 250 rupees.
Yeah.
And it's just a bowl of salad.
Yeah.
Here I'm getting 20 rupees an entire meal. What will you select being
That's the problem.
you're tight on the pocket as well.
Yeah.
I can't spend 250 for a bowl of salad, but in 20 rupees I will get an entire meal. So this is where a lot of our people are also suffering because they can't get the food that they want.
So, see, right now, Vada Pav has become very famous because of one YouTuber. No, jokes apart, but people can have groundnuts, a handful of groundnuts. People can have a handful of nuts.
Nuts.
You don't need to go out and eat out anything you just see. They need to be very choosy about what they are dumping inside their own body. It's not a dustbin. They need to understand this.
Right, totally. Okay, Mr. Kharadi, we're going to another segment in the podcast. It's called Never Have I Ever. So I'm going to ask you a question. You are not going to answer me a question. You're going to answer me back. If you have done the task, you will take a sip of water from the glass that is right in front of you. If you've done it.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so this is Never Have I Ever on the Andropique mic testing. Okay. Have you ever felt insecure? If you have, you take a sip of water. If you haven't, you don't take a sip of water. Okay. Have you ever regretted a decision? Okay. Have you procrastinated something important?
No.
Okay. Have you felt extremely angry on someone?
I'm human.
Okay. Have you ever been starstruck by someone?
No.
Have you ever, you've got 16 Guinness records in your name?
Only.
And it'll still continue. I'm sure of it. We're waiting for it to become 100 and I'm sure it'll become very soon. Have you ever Googled yourself?
No.
No. Huh. Okay. Have you ever feel unvalued?
No.
Okay. Have you been extremely disappointed on someone?
No.
Have you gone out of your way to please someone?
Please or help?
Help, please, don't know any one of that.
Help, yes.
Have you kept a strong face when you were feeling low? Okay. We got to know a little more about Mr. Kharadi. So that was of Never Have I Ever. You did really very well. But we'll move into a very fun segment of the podcast that I really enjoy the most.
Okay.
Is the rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay, so brace yourself for the rapid fire. The rules of the rapid fire are very simple. I'm going to be asking you a question, and the first thing that comes into your mind, you tell me.
Yeah.
Without
I'm
hesitating.
very bad with this. Huh?
It's okay. But you can take your time, but as fast as possible. Okay. If not into martial arts, what would have been your profession?
Any sport. I would be in any sport. So I was very good with many sports. But I think martial arts was there always in my life since my third standard. So
Uh, if you get an opportunity to interact with any of the three top martial artists in the country or in the world, who would it be?
Jackie Chan.
He's really amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever got a chance to interact with
No.
him? Okay.
He's par excellence.
Who or what has been your biggest motivation?
My dad.
From a younger age, dad has been pushing and motivating you to do well
Yeah.
in martial arts.
Yeah. In not in martial arts as such,
in sports.
but I saw him training every day at my place. I know eat well. He was he's 76. Is still very stout. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. That's motivating.
You need someone. I think motivation for getting fit and to live a healthier life all begins from home.
Yeah.
Then बाद में हो जाता है.
Actually.
If
Then you get inspired from different people, you know.
Yeah. Once your base is strong,
Yes.
फिर आगे जाके टेंशन नहीं होता है.
Yes.
Superb. What is your biggest fear?
Of losing my loved ones. I'm weak with that.
Totally get it. One thing that impresses Mr. Kharadi.
Discipline.
Discipline. What is, I know it doesn't make any difference for a meal for you, but if you have an option to have a cheat meal or a junk meal, a junk day, what
Yeah.
would it be?
Ice cream.
So you don't have ice cream on a regular basis?
No.
We'll have it for lunch today. Okay. If you get one thing to change in your physique, in your appearance, what would it be?
My height.
Okay. You like to be 7'6"?
No. Just 2-3 inches more.
2-3 inches. Okay. Your ultimate goal, your ultimate dream.
Educating parents and educating our Indian kids towards being fit, towards being honest towards their country.
Right. It was having a fitter India.
Yeah.
And having a loyal.
Yeah.
Loyal audience towards
country.
Yeah. Superb. Okay. If your life had been made into a biopic and for movie to come out.
Make it?
Because you've see getting 16 only 16 Guinness records and still going to be counting more is not a joke. It's a big achievement. And we as Indians, I love watching biopics. So if a movie was made on you, who do you think, which actor in the Indian film industry could be good enough to play your character? Except Akshay Kumar. Because I knew that was coming up.
I think I have no answer to it, but if my elder son becomes an actor, I think I would choose
He'll
him.
play super. Okay. What is your idea of relaxation?
Sleeping.
You don't get to sleep otherwise. 7, 8, 6 hours a day?
Yeah.
So if you get an entire day, you sleep the entire day off.
Yeah. No, not the entire day. But you're talking about resting,
relaxation,
sleeping.
I'm not going to train today. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and I want to just rest it out. Or you're on a vacation with your family.
Normally, my easy hours are always at home, my residence. I don't go out. I like to be around with my living room, and I stay there.
Superb.
with my pet around with me right now.
Nice. It's good. And as long as you get peace of mind wherever you
Yeah.
are, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. One habit that you want to leave.
So I've already left being angry right now. So I don't want to come back to it.
You're going to stick at it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It simply increases the blood pressure and then
Yes.
spoils the mood of maybe people around you and
Yes.
all of that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, the most silliest advice you ever got.
There are many advices,
The most silliest advice.
So so people have come to me that strong men eat lot of breads and all that stuff. I think they must have seen on something. He also start doing it. This is very recent. so, so I understand where they come from, but
Yeah. So what happens is I think they see the life of strong men and stuff, and they may have maybe a slice of bread or
but they
during a
have
meal.
those sourdoughs, they have those whole wheat breads, but people don't understand. We don't get it here.
Not easily available. Not
Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
What is the best advice you ever got?
So not advice, but a lot of people are very happy with whatever I'm doing right now after leaving my corporate jobs. They
I
really
think
appreciate it.
I think you're more happy, and when looking at the way you're happy,
Yes.
it passes on to people.
Yes.
That aura should pass.
Yes.
That I left my job and I'm happy about it and I'm doing what I want to do, and there's
True.
nothing that can. Yeah.
True.
Superb. Now that people got to know more about you, and when you're known, there's one thing happens to people who are known. There are rumors that are spread. What is the rumor that you've heard about yourself recently?
Honestly, I've not heard any rumor as such.
As of now.
No.
Okay.
Which means I'm not that popular.
No, you are. Okay.
No rumors as such, but I've not heard any of the rumors, to be very honest. Yeah.
But let me just say, Mr. Kharadi.
If you have any news, then let me.
I'll definitely. If I get, I will definitely know. I'm sure after the podcast comes, there'll be a lot of people who will be calling me and telling me about it.
Okay.
So, Mr. Kharadi, thank you very much for taking your time to be on the
It
podcast.
was, I think, great interacting with you. Now,
Thank you.
Thank you
Likewise.
for having me here.
Thank you. But we're not done yet. I've got this mug here.
Okay.
And I would request you to please give me your autograph and a message on the mug. Thank you, Mr. Kharadi. Stay fit, stay healthy. Superb. So, Mr. Kharadi, you remove time to be right here. It means a lot just to me and my entire team. So, there's a small token of appreciation.
Oh, this
for
is
you.
small?
Small.
Acha, okay.
So,
Thank you.
thank you so very much for coming. It means a lot.
you. Great.
Thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you very soon.
Yeah, I hope to see you very soon too, because I've just seen your work around and you're doing extremely good.
Thank you very much.
We don't have that kind of MC as of now in our country, and I think I see that flair in you.
Thank you, Mr. Kharadi. Thank you so much. So that means you're going to be associate for a very long time.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, sir. Take care.